Welcome to this video tutorial for Stock Investor Pro, AAII's Fundamental Stock Screening and Research Database Program. In this video segment, we will discuss building basic custom screens. Stock screening is the process of applying a set of quantifiable criteria to a universe of stocks to isolate those stocks that match the criteria. One of the most difficult but rewarding tasks for new users of Stock Investor Pro is setting up a custom stock screen with their own filters. Let's walk through the creation of a simple screen that makes use of some of the unique features of Stock Investor Pro. To build a screen, I first open up the screen editor, which can be opened by pressing the funnel button at the top left. In the screen editor, you're able to enter specific fundamental criteria for Stock Investor Pro to use as screening filters. My first filter is going to exclude companies whose stock trades as an ADR. I'm going to open the first cell in the field column and then expand company information. Then I'm going to double-click ADR/ADS stock. I want to exclude these types of stocks, so in the operator cell, I am going to select is false. My first line of criteria is now created. For the second line of criteria, I'm going to click the next lower cell in the field column, and then I'm going to expand growth rates. Here I'm going to select EPS continuing growth 5 years and double-click on it. I want growth rates to be high, so I am going to select greater than or equal to in the operator cell. In compared to, I'm going to click in the cell until the cursor blinks and I'm going to type in the number 10. This line of criteria looks for companies with earnings growth from continuing operations for the past 5 years to be greater than 10%. For the third line of code, I'm going to select PE, which is in the multiples category. I'm going to select less than or equal to for operator because I want PE to be lower. I'm going to select industry from the compare to cell. And then I'm going to type in 0.5 in factor. This line of code selects companies whose PE is less than half of its industry median PE. The industry PE data point is in the medians category, and you must expand medians in order to find it. For my last line of code, I'm going to click on the fourth cell in the field column and then expand percent rank. I will then scroll down until I find percent rank relative strength 26 week, and then double-click on it. I want percent rank to be high, so I'm going to select greater than or equal to in the operator cell. Then once again, I am going to click on compare to until I get a blinking cursor, and I'm going to type 90. This criteria looks for companies whose relative strength over the last 26 weeks is in the top 10% of the universe of companies. Now that the entire screen has been created, I can click on How Many on the bottom right. After clicking on How Many, it will show me how many companies are passing the entire screen, in this case 19, which is shown in the gray box. Each line also shows how many companies are passing that specific line. If I press Apply on the bottom right, the 19 companies that are passing the entire screen will be loaded in the background in the stock notebook. If I'm satisfied with my screen, I can save it by clicking on Save As, and then creating a name. Here I'm simply going to name this screen Sample Screen. After I've created and named the screen, it will now show up in the screen drop-down menu at the top of the Stock Investor Pro program. I can pull it up at any time. As shown here, when I pull up the sample screen that I just created, the 19 companies are once again loaded in the stock notebook. One of the most common questions we receive from users is to how to find out which category a particular data field resides in when creating a screen. The most simple way to find a data point is to simply use the Help menu. Here I'm going to use the Help menu to do a quick search on a data point such as PE. As you can see, after I find the data point and double-click on it, the information relative to that data point will be loaded on the right-hand side. It shows the data category as multiples. It shows that there is a percent rank and an industry or a sector median for the data point. It also details what the data point is and how it's calculated. For more Stock Investor Pro resources, please visit our website or our wiki. As always, feel free to give us a call or send us an email.